How's everyone doing today? I totally did not forget to load up my chat. Just a second. Okay. Dan, Elpatron, Supreme, how's it going? Treble. Avrod, how's it going? Rage baiting people with that title, I know. Snap, Nathan. Arc in full Ferengi mode, never be afraid to mislabel a product. Yeah, it just, I don't know, like the tax situation, you know, as an American, that's just how I'm used to it working. Like if I go in and if I go to Amazon or to any store online, the price I see is not the final price. So for me, it's, you know, it's just what it's the experience I'm used to. But for Europeans, apparently that's not the case. Y'all got your nice consumer protections. Scrap, Jay, DS, how's it going? Mac. It adds so much value, I know. I got a perk point, another armor pen. I'll take it. I'm getting really close to having that maxed out, and that's like the only one of the newer space ones I really cared about. That and the weapon damage. Terrible Mac. Paul. Yeah, I just think it's rather unfortunate. It is an early stream for me, I know. So if you have the ability to buy your Zen through Epic or Steam, like you can still get the price that's a VAT included. So it's just through Arc where EU's running into the new pricing structure. Have they fixed the despawn bug? That's something we're going to test. 14% Cat 1. Yeah. It just doesn't make much sense to do this sort of change at Black Friday. And like out of nowhere with just absolute trash communication. Like, you know, it's pretty bad when, you know, the deck devs, you know, they're on the Discord like, hey, we didn't know about this. You know, they're learning about it at the same time as all of us. It just, yeah. 19% Cat 1 tax on though. Scott, how's it going? Ginger, terrible. Dildo of consequences, you're a Brit, so this is a problem you will face in the future. Okay. Let's get over to something a bit more pet heavy. So I've actually done some testing with the monitor versus the legendary, and the answer is about 10%. The monitor running basically the same build, you know, as close as I could do between the two, 10% difference. Right around there. I don't think so, Mac. I think their idea, the reason that they prevent people from linking over to Epic is they feel if you're forced to go through Arc, you know, like if you want the Zen, you're gonna eventually cave. Muds, how's it going? Yeah, I expect there to be potentially a Muds bundle sale next week. Ein, thank you for the casual membership. Greatly appreciate it. No, Paul. Basically, Arc had been footing the VAT cost for a while, and they decided to stop doing that. Also, Ralph, if you're listening, thank you for the Prime sub over on Twitch overnight. I appreciate that. When is console getting Moopsy? Early January. Okay, kinetic damage space is easy. I don't want to do Terran Empire. Lucari, no. Herc, no. No. Shield Healing Ground, I can do. Yeah, it's the timing that is irking people. I legitimately have not heard anything about the winter ship. And that, you know, personally, I'm surprised. Do Torps have any place in the meta right now, or did they disappear with Odin Knight? Torps do have a place. It's just that they have advanced quite a bit over the years. So if you look at Nick NB's channel, he has a video going over like the Torp bomber build on the Terran Eagle. That is what you'd want to go for. Yeah, logical. I'm not happy about it either. Like it doesn't. I'm not, you know, going out and paying more because of this, but it's bad because it's something that's going to negatively impact the Stowe player base, and that's not good for any of us. Rachel, how's it going? Dan, thank you for the bits. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, I'm surprised. Like last year, I think by this time last year we were already hearing things about the anniversary bundle, right? So I'm surprised to not hear anything about the winter ship. Okay, I need to do a crystalline catastrophe for the Universal Endeavor. So I'm going to do public queue of crystalline catastrophe advanced if you guys want to join. Yeah, Michael, that's a good point. Yeah, those are I mean, they said that that's a ship they want to put in, right? Dan, thank you. Is that showing up properly on the yeah, it is. Okay. Came in late, what's the story? Basically, if you're in Europe, and you buy your Zen through Arc, you're now paying taxes on it. Previously they were covered by Arc, but now Arc is no longer footing the bills, what they said. So it's basically a 20% price increase for those buying Zen on Arc over in Europe. When I looked at my metrics, you know, just looking at the region viewers are in, that's roughly 30 to 35% of my audience. Now, I don't know how many of those are playing on PC through Arc, but you know, this is a change that could have a bit of a negative impact for quite a few people. Yeah. Without any forewarning, trying to hide that with the sale, yeah. JG, doing good. My sleep schedule is completely screwed. So this is not actually good morning for me, unfortunately. This is good evening for me, even though it is 9 a.m. SLB. Yeah, unfortunately, there's no way to link an ARC account over right now. It's really unfortunate. I think I muted my game sound the other day, so you guys probably are not hearing anything. Yeah, I most certainly did. Like, I think the game will be fine. Like, the game will still be around, but this, like, it's not the biggest title. It's not the biggest player base. Like, can we not have moves being made that could potentially push even, a small portion of players out? Can we not? DPS with coffee? It's always evening somewhere in the world. Yes. I think tomorrow I'll probably do it, but I'm gonna be dropping a video here in the next couple days. Most certainly this week. Just going over a bunch more ships I'm trying to sell. Someone has maybe bought a bit too much filament for the 3D printer and just needs to cover some cost. Not exactly a good sign for ARC's financial situation either. No. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the epic metrics on my end at the end of this sale compared to like prior Black Fridays. Yeah, Captain K Tanner, yeah. It's been stirring up a bit of discussion. So for me, my Black Friday plan is basically I'm just not going like this was already my plan prior to what's going on here. I don't need anything right now. So I'm not even gonna charge Zen up with this sale. I'm just gonna unless they put the coupon gift pack in where you get the 3 T6 coupons for 4,500 Zen. If they do that, I think I have enough in my epic balance to like charge $20 to get that much Zen. But if they don't do that, then like I'm just not going to put any money in with this sale. A blade of armor is free today in the Zen store, is it? Your plan died with this. Same with your plan for Christmas to buy a bundle. I still put money into the game, but I feel like I've slowed down a little bit this year compared to like 23 and 24. For 2026, unless there's some more like drastic changes for the game, like my purchases are going to strictly be like here's the new bundle or whatever I need to take a look at. Yeah, I'll probably pick up Zen. Like I'm assuming the winter sale will extend into early January. That's how it usually goes. So I'll just use some of the way the epic rewards or the epic supporter creator thing works is it'll give me the money at the end of the following month. So I'll probably just use whatever I get from November to pick up some Zen right at the end of December. Yeah, I know, Kyle. You don't need to purchase anything anyway. Got that Echelon Bank and the bot farms. The bot farms. Oh no. Yeah. The the thing is too is like I don't want doom and gloom about the game, but um when it comes to like the whale part of the population, basically in the past 2 years, like they've basically lost most of like the high end performance scene. Um like nobody's doing DPS runs anymore. Like at that high level. The last set of like DPS record runs I was even a part of where we were actually trying was before the anniversary bundle came out. And the reason that was the last time is because the server performance. Like I don't know, just the game is still, you know, able to be played casually, but yeah. There was no despawn in that the crystalline. Let's try another queue. Deluxe will probably break 20 mil soon, yeah. Ruin, how's it going? Doom, Willie McBride, thank you for the follow. Martin, I wouldn't buy lifetime on a third account. Personally, I just would do that. Yeah, I mean, Conduit, yeah, here we go. Let's do an infected. It's the only queue I know. I've heard that that is a criticism that I've like seen a few people like have about me is that I only do infected. I do infected so much because it's the only way to test things like repeatedly to just have a static like benchmark. The test map has been broken since summer of 23 and there's basically no hope of that being fixed at this rate. Logical, yeah. I mean, I've done like solo TFOs, like solo grab kills, solo, you know, solo these other TFOs, but nobody like cares about those. Yeah, I like the pricing on Epic. I like a lot more, especially with the cashback thing that they have. It's, you know, it's cash that you can only use on the Epic Game Store, but still. I just realized I don't have my combat buff up. That's fine. I'm not gonna get it in time. Yeah, it takes 20 seconds to go through. I don't know why YouTube does the things it does. Kyle, I put a video out on it earlier. Basically, if you're in Europe and you're buying Zen through Arc, you have you basically have had a price increase because you now have to cover the VAT taxes. It has caused a bit of frustration for many Europeans. Yeah, indeed. So I just overflew that by a mile. Wish I had NetGraph going right now. I'm going to go slow to the other side. Yeah, it looks like the despawn issues may have been resolved. Like, I'm on a carrier, and I just couldn't even do this sort of stuff the other day. So they may have fixed whatever it was on the back end that was causing that. Sora, thank you for the membership. Greatly appreciate it. How much longer do I think this game will last? Oh, the game's got many, many years left in it, but I think we're definitely like in the end game environment. We are seeing like the upper echelons of like the performance for both PvP and PvE like fade away. It's because part of it is because there's just nothing for those sorts of players to do anymore. Is there, yeah, there's supposedly a Zen store sale next week. Yeah, there should be at least a 25% sale on everything in the Zen store next week. Yeah, NeoJet, I know. There won't be many new big innovations regarding gameplay systems, I assume, yeah. Yeah, I think the despawn issues were something, there was some sort of setting changed on the like on the server side, and they seem to have been able to have went in and addressed that without a patch. So they need a really good sale to recoup losses. I mean, all they have to do, like, even if they do something like this that just pisses people off, all they would have to do to counter this would be like, hey, we're doing a flash sale for 24 hours, 75% Muds bundle sale. Like, as soon as they did that, there'd be like people wailing out like crazy. It'd be short-term gain, but yeah, not great long-term for them. Yeah, logical. Ike, how's it going? We need a massive content drop season like Legacy Romulus or Delta Rising. Yeah, a major expansion like that would be interesting. That would inject quite a bit of life back into the game. I just don't think we're, I don't know, the impression I have is like that we're not anywhere near that right now with what the capabilities are. Romulans building the same building for 13 years now. I also stand by the fact that the Stowe player base has a remarkable capability to be outraged one week and completely forget what they were outraged about a week later. Yeah. I mean, that's just most things in modern society. Who's Oz gone? Yeah, I mean, I think that's also a sign like we'll see how the Black Friday sales go next week. But if the sales are, you know, just really slim compared to like last year, then they feel things are going well. I want to see here. Let me pull up 9900's the code for Stow. Okay, what is it at here? I mean, the game is still maintaining, you know, relatively decent numbers compared to last year. Last year, November averaged 1548, and this year it's 1641. So I mean, like the game is still holding stable. Shedding, I don't think that's something that would be like doable near term. I'd love to see this game, but with modern graphics. They won't raise the graphics to that point because as a free to play game, this has to be accessible to people on weaker hardware. You need free to play games to be very accessible, or they will not remain around. Deck is not bringing back the Foundry. Yeah, I mean, exploration would be cool. I just don't see it happening. Yeah, there's a lot of polish that the game needs all around. I'd like to see some harder battle zones, but I know that that's more of a niche thing. Let's do Hive Onslaught Elite public queue. Yeah, logical. That sounds about right. Kane, I don't have an exact answer for you. The graphic flickering in Earth and Dyson Sphere. Yeah, but logical. That makes sense. Like I talked to some of the bigger market players, and basically what I'm hearing more and more is that they're having a hard time moving a lot of the bigger ticket items. Like the only people buying a lot of the big value items are just other traders. It's not as much engagement there. Yeah, it definitely feels like less whales, more casual free to play. Rob, how's it going? I think I would have to say, if I had to guess, at least, you know, around 20. I mean, the old Cryptic team had what, like 30-ish people? Fine, thank you for the follow. Yeah, it looks like to me the despawn issue seems to have been resolved. Like this wouldn't have been possible a couple days ago. I also forgot to turn the game sound back on. I apologize. Enraged, last year it was a 25% Zen sale, along with 25% off the entire Zen store. Okay, let me go back in here. You see, when I'm like just playing this game on my own, I just have the audio off. Let me turn that down. Okay, hopefully that is loud enough for you guys. Let me bump it up to like 40. Super tempted with a Lamar, but you're not convinced. Merc Worker, I mean, Merc Worker is better now with no pointer flood and deploy gravitic what is it? Deploy gravitic platform or whatever, being uncons. The deploy one's higher rank, so it's not as relevant, but no pointer flood is an uncon that can go in an ensign slot, so that's actually like pretty solid. How do people get good damage with the secondary deflector? Do they have such a low cooldown to spam them? For the secondary deflectors, yeah, you do really want to like build into it. I don't have a secondary deflector on this because this is the science carrier variant with the two hanger base. Watts, Spectre, how's it going? You have a Section 31 shield glued to your bank, and the last Omni took a month to sell. Yeah, the Merc Worker Uncon update is live. Yep. Would the Lamar be a decent Dusai platform with phaser ship? Yes, I actually did a stream a couple weeks ago where I took a Lamar out and did quite a bit with it. Amp. Nice to run with you. So I will say too, if you guys have feedback about additional buffs to the Merc Worker specialization, the systems team was soliciting feedback about Merc Worker abilities beyond the uncons, though they made it very clear that they are very busy right now and there's no guarantees of any changes, no promises, no timelines. But if you have any feedback for tuning stuff you want to toss into the official Discord, go for it. Like, even if you like Merc Worker, like, wouldn't you like to have mixed armament synergy and narrow sensor bands on a lower cooldown? Like, wouldn't you like higher uptime on those? Yeah, they were asking in the like the creator section, but I ended up just like relaying it to the curator section in the builds Discord because there's not like a ton of the like the big number cruncher theorycraft people in the creator space. So soliciting feedback specifically in that like environment isn't getting them the most complex of answers. Dark, how's it going? Yeah, Eric, leave him that feedback. Do I think they'll reveal the winner ship this week? No. Or actually, wait. They might tease it at the end of the stream that they're doing on the 25th. They're doing a build stream with some content creators on the 25th. I had to bow out just because scheduling confliction, but I think that at the end of that stream, there might be a tease. So yeah, we might have a tease of the winter ship on Tuesday. Have they completed the ship we are getting? Oh yeah, they would have completed whatever the winter ship is months ago. Like right now, I would imagine the systems team is probably working on the anniversary bundle. Is it worth making a post about patching issues in the Alpha Quadrant, or just leave it since there is a huge server post already? I'd say still post your feedback in there. And with regards to patching issues, do you by chance in your still launcher, assuming you're talking about a PC issue here, do you by chance in your options on the launcher, do you have on-demand patching checked? You always want to make sure that's not checked. You'll have a big download, but that will prevent the downloading of files between like maps and stuff. Yeah, I hope to see Voven in mud soon. Yeah, Uncon, as good as Uncon is, it is like, I know the crate build guide. I was gunning to have that out this past Friday. After how many months of delays, but just due to family stuff, us having guest over, like it was not feasible for me to get it done last week or this week. Pathing, you mean autocorrect? Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I'd say go ahead and mention it. If you have footage too, especially, that'll be helpful. I got a T6 box from the Muds bundle keys. Should I pick up one of the new ships or hold it? You're a filthy Xbox player, so isomag meta considerations. I mean, you can always save it. We're likely to get a new lockbox ship in 2 weeks, right? So, like, whenever the winter event drops, there should also be a new Infinity lockbox ship. Sorry, I'm focused on chat a bit more than like actually looking at my game screen right now. Yeah, Timberwolf. I truthfully, like, outside of content creation, I do not play this game with sound on. It works so well. But yeah, Uncon is far away. It's a really powerful build type, but it certainly is not for everyone. It's too engaged. Waldo, how's it going? Enjoying this fine weather we have here. It's a beautiful 39 degrees out. Winter is coming, yes. Logical. Where am I based out of? I am in Des Moines, Iowa. Central United States. Oh, I want to show a tease of something else I've been working on. So, I found a model recently for a Prometheus. I sold off my Prometheus model, and I'm gonna build this. If I can find a better picture of it. Let me go back to the beginning. No, I'm building it. I'm selling my models, and I'm 3D printing new ones. Yeah, I'm so excited about the Stargate return. So excited about that. The specialties are largely selected for uncon triggers versus the actual abilities powers. Yeah, pretty much. Command is like the one that stands out as like actually being good for the powers, but the issue with command is that you need to have lieutenant commander command or higher in order to have access to those good command abilities. Yeah, there's a new Stargate ship incoming. Just do universals, Michael. It's time to rewatch the whole thing. Yeah, I know. Is the center point for the camera on the ambassador class variants off? Probably. I agree. I still have two models of the Daedalus, and I'll be doing a 3D printed model too. Okay, let's do some more content. Let's see how Kittimer goes. Kittimer Vortex Elite public queue. BSG, I love Battlestar Galactica. I've got the Blood and Chrome Galactica, the Modern Galactica. You see, that's the issue here, is like I've got so many of these Star Trek ship models, and don't get me wrong, I like Star Trek, but I would say like Battlestar Galactica, Stargate, you know, those are shows that I personally feel a bit more attachment to, just because those are what I watched a bit more growing up. Stargate especially. Like, if you told me I had to pick between Stargate and Star Trek, I'm picking Stargate every day of the week. I just, that was like the, you know, for me growing up, you know, in the 2000s, like that was the show. Okay, let's go. Even on Tuesdays? Yes. I have a feeling the Zen store sale will start in about 5 minutes. We'll find out. I like Star Trek, okay? Yeah, uncheck the box for on-demand patching if it's active. Just note that you're going to have a big download. Expanse is good too. Warp Core, I don't remember. Hey, I pre-ordered STO streamer admits the H-Trek, and no. What are my thoughts on Stargate relaunching? I am very happy. So I'm printing out to this model of the Prometheus. I think I'm gonna do either a build video or a build stream of putting it together. It's definitely gonna be like, I'm definitely gonna record putting it together. Like, this is a large model. It's like, I want to say 16 to 18 inches. Now, for a show that I really don't like, or a franchise, it's Star Wars. That bugged Nick NB quite a bit. He was trying to get me into SWTOR, and it's like, dude, I just don't care about Star Wars. And he was just so sad. Yeah, the Expanse game looks cool. Babylon 5, yeah, it's been a while since I've went through and watched Babylon 5, but yeah, Babylon 5, that was interesting from what I remember. Don't need to care about it to enjoy the game? Absolutely. What's up with my sleep schedule now? What's the sleep schedule? What is sleep? That is the better question. Oh, that side's already down. No rest for the wicked, yeah. Scrap, thanks for stopping by. Go get some sleep. Sleep is when fall finally doesn't misfire. I love it. You know, I've watched Serenity, but I've never actually watched the like the show. I really should watch Firefly. One of the largest PvP communities to ever exist. The PvP community just eats itself alive. Like I got out of PvP a long time ago in this game, and you just like I know not everyone agreed with like Saturk data, but like someone that's going in trying to get some new people engaged and then just toxicity pushing them out. It's just like, you guys wonder why this scene's like dead and has the reputation it has. Hack, thanks for stopping by. Spencer Street saying he hates Star Trek. Is this true? No. I like Star Trek. I'm just saying I like Stargate more. I feel more of a connection to Stargate than I do Star Trek. Yeah, it looks like the despawn issue was actually fixed. The same thing for PvE, like DPS logical, is a few people that are really vocal can make the entire scene look bad. STO isn't a game built for PvP? Yeah. At this point, the only way PvP would like, I don't even know, like, I don't know if there's any way to like really bring it back. Like, you can't do a classic server. That's just not going to get enough traction. A private server wouldn't do it. I just don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, and the thing is too, at the new Stargate show, like they're bringing in the existing writers from Universe, Atlantis, SG1, right? So it's not a reboot; it's a continuation of the franchise. So yeah, we can do a cure. Put actual rewards in PvP TFOs, yeah. Having the original writers is huge. Yeah. I'm hyped for it. I really am. Yeah. I was just leaving the dentist on Wednesday when the news came in of it, and I was like, oh hell yeah. How long before RDA does a guest appearance in the new show? Can't imagine it'd be that long. And I think I saw like Christopher Judge Teal'c is doing like the God of War show for Amazon, right? So probably won't be too difficult to get him over for even like a couple episodes. Is there a way for DECA to allow us to download the game locally once the game is sunset? Jay, they wouldn't like that. They would never sunset the game like that. Like that's not in the picture right now, to be clear. This game has a very long life ahead of it. And you know, if it did ever get to that point, it would just end up like Champions, where you know the server's still up. It's just, you know, not much content, and we are nowhere near that point. That this game is still being actively developed. Logical terrible. This queue's taking a while. Please just give me a Flight Deck Galaxy class before then. Yeah, as soon as Cheops puts more money in, that's when we'll have issues. So just a random shout out too, but there's a game that I was watching. Was it Cleared Hot? If any of you are into like classical, like helicopter style games like this is now in early access, and it's $13.50. So if you're looking for something that's like a nostalgic helicopter sort of experience, that's pretty good price. I had a bit of fun with this playing the demo earlier this year. I'll drop the link in chat for those interested. I'm probably going to pick that up here in the next couple days and play around with it a little bit. Yeah, you know, $13. Like, I played the demo and I was ready. I was like right there ready to spend like $20. Strom, how's it going? Nice. Here we go. Chiaps. My NAS is like disassembled right now, so I haven't been involved with any of that for a little bit. Now, if there is Zensit, like another sale popping up today, it would probably start up at like 11 my time, so another 50-ish minutes. I don't know, but like I said, I'm not too worried about this sale unless they bring the T6 coupon 3-pack back out. If they don't, like, then I'm just gonna pretty much ignore the sale. Anno 117, unfortunately, not a game I've looked at. I haven't looked at too much Ubisoft stuff recently. Okay. There's a cool SG1 mod for Starfield, yeah. Yeah, I believe so, Eric. So realistically, probably not going to see it next week. Yeah, Ubisoft is rather disappointing nowadays. I gave EA another shot with Battlefield, and I mean I've had some fun with Battlefield 6, but I don't know. I feel like with the FPS games in general, I'm just starting to age out of them. I need to restore Shield's ground. We know the best way for that. Well, it's not the best, but this is the way that I'm used to. Too old to give a flying monkey? Yeah. I think too, like, I'm just like with me getting a bit frustrated with Windows. I also dislike that, you know, one of the things that is holding me back from like trying Linux like on my main desktop is, you know, the online anti-cheat crap that all these newer competitive games have. I don't know. I think the aggressive kernel level anti-cheat is getting a bit exhausting. The live service stuff also I'm just starting to get burnt out on. Like Stow's gonna be the last live service game I touch for a while. Yeah, CasualSAB is great. I've got that running on two of my secondary computers. Yeah, I know. I was seeing some of the newer cheats too. I just randomly had one pop up in a feed, where it like is just plugging into a PCIe slot and just like passing stuff off to another computer. And it's like, this is just ridiculous. Will we see you on Arc Raiders? No. Any of those like any of the games that give me like an extraction shooter sort of vibe, I just don't like. I just lose interest. Yeah, Bazite is really good from what I've heard. Also, I haven't tried it personally. I'm thinking of doing some like, does Stow work on Linux type videos, which we already know it does, but just showing that it is viable to go that route. I've thought about that. It just I have a lot of videos on the schedule, on the backlog to get done first. Yeah, I know it does. I know it does. Yeah. Sotor and Star Citizen right now, terrible. Nick was going to try to get me back into Star Citizen, but he thought about it and was like, no, I'm not even gonna try. Am I not playing on my PlayStation account much these days? I'm just not gaming much in general as of late. The PlayStation account, it came in at what ended up being just a really rough time with real life stuff that I had happen. So like I've talked about how my sister, you know, basically just abandoned her kids, you know, tried to rob us. Just like it just has been a bit of a cluster throughout the year, and I've barely had time to keep up on like a lot of the PC side of things when it comes to Stowe. And you guys have definitely seen that with the amount of content I've been able to put out. You know, a few more news videos to compensate. Then it's been bad timing. Yeah, I truthfully the like best premium ships for like next year I'll probably have done before the end of this year. But yeah, Real Misfit, I do have a video going over the current best premium ships for like the event campaign, if that's what you're wondering. That is a video up on the channel. Avrod, thanks for stopping by. Smaller or indie stuff is where I'm at with gaming at the moment. I love just hopping on for an hour or two with no commitments or grind to just, yeah. I also, on the topic of cheating, I like the single player games where I can just go in and turn a trainer on and just play. You know, I understand the value of going in, having a challenge, but like in order for me to stick with the game, like and you know, longer storyline, I find that using some enhancements like a trainer, that they help a lot. Appreciate it, Navy man. Yeah. Is it worth it to grind lithium? Yeah. I mean, if you have a few characters, you can grind out a decent bit. Doing like Admiralty, some doffing. Yeah. Just don't turn it into a job, yeah. Like I played through Resident Evil 4 a couple months ago. Like, let me look at Steam. Where is that at? Steam. Let's see. Like, I think that says a lot right there. Recent games. And let's have this not show just software. Okay. It's up there. There we go. Like the last time I played some of these games, it's been a while. July. Yeah, so basically I just haven't done too much gaming wise since like July. Do I think we'll see a new Reputation? I would like to see a new Reputation at some point, but I don't have any hopes for the immediate future. Double XP. Mia, how's it going? The fun thing too with Crate, I know I need to do the damn video for it, but one of the fun things is just how easy it is to swap between like the the meta plasma setup over to I just want to do a theme build with phasers. Or somewhat theme build. Where's my Terran beam at? Terran phaser. Give me 2 phaser beam rays here. Okay. Breen free fire. Broadside beam support. Just like that, I've now converted from the CSV over to fire at will. Okay. Let's run some more stuff here. I guess Infected's off cooldown. Joining the public queue. That was very fast and very concerning. It's always concerning when it's an instant pop. ISOMAG plus Colony Attack Console or ISOMAG plus Universal, even when you only have 3 or so to slot. I mean, you can fill the Universals with ISOMAGs.
The situation is grim.
Yeah. And like the thing with like that crate build guide, it's basically just like the blueprint of here's basically how to put like a super effective build on every ship in the game. There's gonna be people not happy with it though.
Scanning the nanite transformer. Got it. Additional data is available. Scanning the nanite transformer. Got it.
I accidentally hit C there. Rip.
The nanite probe to repair the transformers. Stop them.
I'll respond in chat here in a moment. Respond to chat. Fire will misfire? No, never. Astros, how's it going? So I moved over to like another point in drain and then 2 points in like some of the power. Are there new methods for crit chance or does nothing change from there have been some changes, some new toys added in to help with crit chance?
Sensors confirm that the transwarp.
Let's see, how did the phaser beams do there? So that was 1.8 on a 3/3 science carrier with a phaser fire at will. The phasers did really well. Very surprising. Yeah, so Bloody, it's basically about Europeans needing to pay tax now on their Zen purchases. So the VAT is no longer covered in the listed price. So basically, it's like a 20% price hike for Zen purchases for Europeans through ARC. You'd have thought. No, Warp Core, the stream VOD will be out. I've not really went off script too much here. Yeah, I mean, if you're in Europe and you play the game through Epic or Steam, you're still fine. Like your stuff is still covered like before. And of course, if you're able to buy through Epic, you know, Epic creator code CasualSAB checkout helps fuel the 3D printing addiction. By the way, the size of this Prometheus model is nuts. Like this build plate, this is a 10 by 10 inch build plate basically. And those are just some of the pieces for the Prometheus. Like here's part of the front here, the hangers. I got a lot of printing to do for this. Speaking of scripts, does ChatGPT write the scripts for your product reviews? No. The product reviews are all done basically on the fly by me. Basically, when I'm doing a script, do I have one up here? Yeah, so basically when I'm doing a script for like a video, I'll type it out like right in Notepad right before recording it, and then I'll make adjustments on the fly. The Stargate Prometheus. Sorry. Yeah, so here was like something I was working on the other day for the Merrick Worker stuff. I'll probably do that video here in the next couple. Keep it really brief. I am still using the mouse from that product review. The recent mouse one. Let me open up the software. Can I see what its battery's at? I literally have not charged it since then. Does Chat GPT pronounce it Sagan or Sagan? Terrible. I'm not really that impressed with the legendary Negvar, to be honest. Just not really for me. I feel like that's been a big issue for me with a lot of releases this year. Like I just very much feel like I am definitely not the target audience of some of the stuff they're releasing. Freedom, I know. I just haven't had an opportunity to get the recording finished. It is gonna happen. Making some 302s for those hangers. Yeah, the model does have a small 302 that'll go in. So hopefully when I take it off the plate later on, the supports under it, the green there, haven't screwed it up too much. Yeah, hopefully not. That's a really small model. Good thing you cleared out all that shelf space. Where'd I get the design for the print? So off of Printables. This guy Martin here, he's got a ton of really great designs. He's even got some Star Trek ones, like the Voyager. Let me pull up all of his models. Yeah, so like there's a X302. There's also an F302. The Wraith Hive ship, some Star Trek ships. You even have the concept, like Prometheus version that they did or whatever. Like he's got a ton of really detailed models, but like the one that's really crazy to me, let me find it here. Downloads. Like look at that Atlantis there. Like it's not a small model. Like, and you can put lights inside this too. Yeah. That'll be a project for when I have more Star Trek Eagle Moss ships cleared out. Yeah. Some really awesome designs. This guy does a lot of good work, and the way that he has everything designed, like you can wire up lighting to it. You can print it out in parts. Yeah. There's a link to his printables. Is there a DPS parser that works on Linux? I believe CLA does, and I mean Kraus, the one of the developers for Oscar, I mean, he was manning Linux, so I don't know what all you need to do to get that set up, but yeah, there are parsers. Oscar and CLA should both work with Linux. Imagine making it floatable and putting it in your pond. Terrible. Someone's probably done that. But look at this, 52% on the battery on this mouse. That's crazy. Yeah, yeah. Isn't Oscar written in Python? I think. I want to say that sounds right. Okay, public queue Hive Onslaught Elite. Here we go. Tim, how's it going? Yeah, I also like I've got this little mini PC next to me. I was thinking of like doing how would the Steam, machine PC that they're doing, like how would that run still? This is the third or fourth TFO, gauging how long the stream has left. Terrible, Mac. We'll probably do another half hour on the stream and see if anything pops up at 11. There probably is. I don't know. Ralph, how's it going? Thank you for the Twitch sub there. Just waiting on this queue to pop. We got a phaser, fire at will, Terran monitor. I spammed a bunch of ISCs the other night between this and the legendary, and it was right around a 10% lead for the monitor. The 3D printing, it's gotten much more affordable too. Like to get into 3D printing. The printer I'm using is the Elegoo Centauri Carbon. Now they did basically just, it seems like they may have like rug pulled the multi-material that they were promising, but even still, just doing one color at a time with this printer, it is just crazy how good this has been for the price. Like the amount of stuff I've been able to do with this printer over the past couple of months has been crazy. And it's like $280. Like that's just crazy. Yeah. No multi-material, but still, like if you're looking for just a good single color, like one color at a time printer, like that does fine. And I mean, technically, you can like manually swap the colors if you want. So I was printing some ornaments for my mom recently, and they're like gingerbread ones, and I just did the bottom couple of layers in brown, and then when it came to the elevated detailed portion, I just paused it, swapped it out for a white color, and there it was. Like, it's good. It's a good printer.
Your efforts are futile. Destroy this vessel, and I will claim another.
There we go. Almost 2 mil on a 3-3 phaser FOSS setup. I'll take it. .28 millimeter Imperator Titan. Oh no.
Join us. Become one with us.
Okay. I'm going to keep this going until 11 just to see if there's any sales or anything that pop up at 11 Central. So 25 minutes. The Borg Queen is such a drama queen, yeah. But yeah, going back to the printer. Like, I just really... I picked up an Ender 3 a couple years ago, and like it was super frustrating because it was just such a hassle to get it to work, and there were just so many failed prints. But this thing got it, set it up, and I've got almost 600 hours of print time on this in the past like month and a half. Like I've just got I've gotten a lot out of this so far. Are there better options out there? You know, if you're willing to spend more, yeah, but that price point for a 3D printer, it's been pretty damn impressive. I am sorry if I'm a bit rambly today. I am tired. Let's see. How are the comments on that video? People are not happy. It's been a lot over in the Discord too that I've seen. What if I told you you can create metal prints? Yeah, I know they have materials that have like metal embedded in the filament. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I can post a link to it. Hold on. Let me pull it back up here. There it is. Any idea what's happened to the Universal Endeavors on PS5? I don't know, Scuba. I don't know. I've heard that they're not showing up. I just haven't really looked into it. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, PCBWay can do a lot of custom work for you. You just gotta... You're paying for it. But yeah, they can do a lot of that custom manufacturing. Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, that's what I've heard. I should have mentioned that in the news video. My bad. 2 weeks since it last dropped? Jeez. I feel like if they were having money issues, they would have did a stronger, we would have seen a stronger like Zen sale. Last Black Friday, they gave us a 25% Zen sale. This year they only did 20%. So like if they were desperate for money, they would be acting a bit different, I feel. Mike, I feel like PS4 is still going to be supported for a while. What I would be more concerned about is Xbox. Because Xbox is, just slowly going to be like merged into just being like a Windows experience. So what'll happen when like the next gen of Xbox drops and it's basically just a normal, desktop computer with like their little Xbox interface, and you're like able to access games on Steam and so on. Like what's going to happen to the Xbox servers at that point? Yeah, Mac, that makes sense. Chaps, I know. Yeah, Rauken. That's why they can afford to have, still such a decently sized team working on this, making content. Like the IP, and there being no real competition for this specific gameplay experience that has secured a good future for Stowe. Okay, I need to wrap things up though. I was gonna wait till 11, but I can see based on pings here that I need to go deal with stuff. So let me see what this is here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Sorry, this was a bit of an early, shorter stream. I'm glad to see the despawn issues seem to have been resolved. If you guys run into any despawn issues throughout the day, please make sure to report them in the thread over on the Stowe Discord. And, if you're experiencing any lag issues, make sure to report that as well. Is this going to be the new normal time for your stream? Mike, no. Noon is still like the primary time, but it just happened to have been today that my sleep schedule is massively screwed up, and I couldn't fall asleep last night. So I'm starting to feel tired, and I'm not gonna say no to my body and fight it. It's the weekend. I'm gonna go fall asleep. So yeah, thank you all for tuning in. I will see you guys around.